Welcome to Nerd Tactics number 5, man. I'm gonna get right into it. Boom. 3-5-2. 3-5-2. That's what we're gonna play this week. I want to try it for a while. This week seemed like a good week to try it, mainly because we are short on defenders. Tad, Nate will be late, and Isaac will be there. Also, I think it'll be effective against this team since they have height, and we have height, and I want to take advantage of it. So, here we go. 3-5-2. Jumping in. The weaknesses of the 3-5-2 are this. It allows opportunities for the opposition to exploit our lack of width. And I'll get into that too in a minute. It also gives us a problem if they only have one forward coming up, and you have one central defender marking that forward. What do the other two guys do? So that's the weaknesses. It can create a lot of space for the other team, and it really relies heavily on our talent. Therein lies the strength. I think we are talented enough to pull this off. The strength is that we have the defensive cover in front of goal with 3 center backs, and we have the height. Also, it's a very flexible formation. So, I think we can pull this off mainly because we have so many midfield type players. We have speed, and like I said, we have the height in the back, and I think it'll provide us an opportunity, especially today, without all the defenders that we're missing, to try a few things. So, without further ado, let's move to the defense. I'll start with the defense. We have 3 center backs, no right or left fullback. These 3 guys are all going to be within a 10, 15, 20 yard range of each other. Joseph is the man. He's running it. He's running the show back there, deciding on offsides trap, so on and so forth. Mainly, Joseph, you're the sweeper. You're the guy that is the spare man. So here's the 3 things on defense. 1, spare man philosophy. If they have 2 forwards going up, that means that we always have 1 extra defender that's free. So those 2 other defenders, your cohorts in crime, they can attack and win the ball from those forwards as quickly as possible, knowing they have support. 2, rigid shape. I want you to keep a rigid shape. We want 3 along the back, not too wide, not too narrow. If the 2 cohorts pinch in to cover, it leaves gaps behind them. If they push out too wide to cover, Joseph's alone, and there's channels straight to the goal. So rigid shape, very disciplined, communicate. And then 3, one thing that can help to keep your shape is zone mark. If you don't have the opportunity to attack those the guys with the ball from their team, then just play zone and play an area, and that's where our midfield comes in. So, moving to the midfield. 1, we have a defensive midfielder who is pivotal, vital. He's the man right here. A guy like Leo, Butler, somebody who can control the ball, who has vision. They are your point man. When the defense has possession of the ball and they're looking to distribute, we don't have those wide defensive backs anymore. So we need to rely on pushing the ball through the middle, through Leo, through Butler. So what's going to happen here, Joseph sends the ball to the defensive midfielder, right? And then the defensive midfielder has the ability to pick out those passes on the wing. It doesn't mean that he can't use Eric or Artur or Joe Bruno, whoever's back there, but we just don't want our central defenders to push out too wide. That's kind of the goal of the 3-5-2. So you guys are always kind of narrow and within range of each other, in case the other team goes on attack quickly. So that moves us to our attacking midfielders. I think that's kind of obvious. We're going to have 2 attacking midfielders that basically work with the strikers, work with the wing backs, and push the ball up front and are part of the attack. which brings me to number 2, the wingbacks. One thing to remember is that because these wingbacks are only wide men, you have defensive and offensive duties. So I'm going to have guys like Alec, Owen, Chase, Kaiser, you kind of guys out there on the wings who can run end to end and take care of those defensive duties that our center backs aren't going to have to worry about. So what I need from you is, if one of you is going up in attack, all right, we're playing through the right side, for example, right here, and so he distributes the ball out here. Our defensive midfielder distributes the ball here. Chase is running up. You guys are trying to work this angle. Defenders come and shut down the right side. What do? We come back. We come back around. We go to the left side. Meanwhile, the wingback on the opposite side of the field is anchoring in a defensive position, so that if we lose it or something changes, or like for example, like I said, they get stuck up here and have to come back, that wingback is available for distribution up on this side. So we just keep going back and forth until we penetrate their defense. And then let's see here. Thirdly, you guys have watched Barcelona play. They have a guy named Dani Alves. He's a monster. He's considered a defender, but in reality, he's got a very attacking-minded game, and that dude can shoot, and he can contribute offensively. So the wingbacks, like I said, we have so many midfielders on our team. We have the perfect setup for wingbacks that can be a threat offensively, but I do need them in support defensively since we only have 3 center backs. So let's move quickly to the forwards. 1 high, 1 low. Alright, right now it doesn't show it, so I'm going to move this around a bit. 1 high, 1 low. One big striker occupies these 2 guys. The other striker is in behind him, undercutting the defense. Alright, so he's using these attacking midfielders, he's holding the ball, he's bouncing it back and forth, he's ping-ponging it. Ping-pong. It's not a pun intended for you, Pong, just saying. The other option, too, is with the strikers. This is number 2, this is my spread 'em or crunch 'em theory. The spread 'em theory is you have a striker up here, a big target man like David, who can receive the ball from the other side, and he has the height advantage, so he can receive the ball or he can knock it back in. And then meanwhile, the other striker is over here, available underneath. That's the spread 'em theory. It spreads the defense out, trying to figure out who they need to cover, and then the crunch 'em theory is like I was just showing before, where they're both in tight, right behind each other. All right. This is the same theory here for the forwards. You guys need to be communicating with each other just like the 3 central defenders, and you need to be within range, 10, 15, 20 yards. Don't get too far away from each other. But also remember, as my point number 3, that you need to be responsible for your half on defense, okay? So, when the other team wins the ball, you 2 need to split out onto your side of the field and harry those defenders. Harry, alright? Harry them. And, dang, man, I went 8 minutes again. There's just too much to say. I can't get it in under 5 minutes, I'm sorry. So if any of you have made it this far, you're lucky because you get to watch the credits. How lucky are you? Alright, boys, I'll see you there. Peace out.
Sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright